Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this show. Come in the chaos. My name is Fabi Kimodo, co-hosting with
Washedage Konyo. It's always nice to see you guys.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be talking about, first of all, we'd like to introduce the show a bit. It's a new one. We'll be talking more about mental health. So we'll be looking up on your mental health, mental wellness. You probably would love this show. And today's topic
is dealing with loneliness. But guys, don't forget to visit us right here at Pumpkin House, 4th floor. Remember, you have a cinema theater, you have a studio, and this is where the show is happening. And it's always nice to have you, our dear clients. By the way, happy Customer Service Week. By the way, we are so appreciative. All the clients who've been supporting us right here at Showtime Studios. We are so appreciative. Showtime Cinema. Kujeni manze watch movie yenyu hapa kwa sababu this is a cool place and we have cool photography services, live stream videography, and of course, look at the tranquility around here, guys. You wouldn't want to miss out.
To die for.
Exactly. So, leo umesema tunaongelea juu ya loneliness.
Yes, loneliness.
Lonely.
I'm so lonely. Oh my God, I know it's probably common to be lonely, but there are people who are actually lonely but with people, you know. You're dating but you're lonely. You're married but you're lonely. So we want to talk about that today and we'll go deep into that topic. I hope we scratch the surface.
Exactly, and I hope we get to your hearts, our audience, because we are here to fix the broken-hearted. We're here to fix those who are happy. Hata kama unaweza kuwa happy, unaweza kuwa na shida zenye unapitia. So we're here to discuss all those issues. So have you ever been lonely? By the way, tell me how loneliness feels like, because I don't know kama inakuwaga painful as it is to me.
Well, I'm already lonely. Today I am lonely. Lately I am lonely.
Ooh, but there's a difference between being lonely and single, yeah? You could be single but you're not lonely.
Yeah.
I think lonely is a feeling that's deep within. It's like a feeling, yeah? Okay? So, but you can be alone, but you're not.
There are people who actually enjoy being alone, you know?
Exactly. You're alone but you're not lonely. So that should be actually a difference, in your but the people who are with people, they're not alone but they're very lonely because it's a feeling that comes inside yourself, okay? So how are you supposed to deal with loneliness? You know, that time when you cuddle up your pillow, cheer up the whole day, what on a personality fiti, but when you go back to your house, manze, you're all cuddled up and crying and, you know, thinking about stuff you shouldn't be thinking about. So we're here to fix that. Yes, Fabi, tell us how.
Well, I do not know how people handle being lonely, but sometimes I can be messy with how I handle being lonely.
Yes.
You know? There's nothing as bad as being lonely and single, my people. Lonely and single. You could be having someone but still feeling single, you know? So lonely and single actually is the worst kind of combination. You find yourself talking to random people for no reason.
Yes.
No reason at all. It's just like, oh, this guy, okay, we can just chat. You go on and you're not even interested. It's just for the sake of, I feel lonely, I want to talk, you know? And you end up telling these people a lot of things that you wish you didn't. Dealing with loneliness, for me, I always kind of mess up, but sometimes I'm a loner. I do love being lonely, but by choice.
Yeah, okay.
But sometimes it gets to a level where, you know, we choose like.
Yeah, and you feel like you want to talk to someone, you have so much piled up in your, yani uko na vitu mingi zimepile up ndani yako, and you feel like you need to talk to someone but you're wondering itaongea na nani sasa.
Sometimes I feel like paying a one-time bestie.
Manze, acha nikwambie Fabi. Ushaikuwa ukitaka maybe unataka assistance na do or anything, then you scroll through your phone, uko na contacts kadhaa, but then you wonder utaambia nani. You know, that should tell you something.
Yeah.
If you don't feel free with telling somebody something, especially when you're in trouble. Like I have my friend, my best friend is called Ariana. So she's a kind of a friend, even Jennifer, Jennifer and Ariana. Those are the kind of friends, niaje tu nimezungumza 50 bob kwa sababu mazete sina fare. Na sisi tunaelewana, you're like I Joski niko na so. Yeah, kuna kwa and people will look at you ukiwa kwa barabara and you're like, you know, you are happy and jovial, and then wanafikiria dem anakuaga happy, ama ushaangalia na mtu anafikiria uko na pesa mingi.
Well, actually people have a misconception. People think I'm rich, man. I am not. I'm trying to be though. I'm trying to be though. I'm trying to be though. I'm working hard to be. Yeah.
Alafu ushajipata ile situation yenye unajipata unajiongelesha. I don't know kama mimi inakuaga normal or something. Not that unajiongelesha kama uenda azimu, but you're in the house and you're having a conversation with yourself. Please, ukainipata nikihava conversation conversation with myself, leave me alone. Okay, I'm dealing with my spirits. And research says that people with high IQ talk to themselves. You know that?
Well, I think I have quite a very high IQ because I'm often talking to myself in the house, literally telling myself, Fabi, wake up and cook. Fabi, it's in the morning, you're going to get late to work. I literally talk to myself, not just from the inside. I am verbally expressing myself to myself. You know,
you're having a conversation with yourself.
You might think I'm mad. You might think I'm
mad. Nikijiongelesha kitchen, nikiosha vyombo. I'm even dramatizing. So the person ameniangalia hivi ananiuliza, are you okay? I'm like, damn.
Man, I'll take you to the hospital right away. Most people don't get it.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it does help talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like you and the mirror are two people.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
You feel not lonely anymore.
Yeah.
I guess it works for some people.
Exactly. So ukiona ukijiongelesha, and I know this is normal. It's a normal behavior. So usifikiri ni abnormal. Tukijipata ukijiongelesha, it's abnormal. We are doing it too. And most of the people who go out there wanajiongelesha, especially those people who live alone. And well, what are some of the symptoms you tell someone is lonely? Because unaweza angalia tu mtu hivi ujue yenyewe umse ni mlondi. Kwanza yenye najua ni mtu anaongea sana. You see those people like talk excess.
When I look for people with behaviors like mine, because I do know how I behave when I'm lonely. I do know myself. So when I see someone else, I can tell. But then we are vocal. We talk a lot, like a lot, and we're there to help. We're everywhere. We are left, right, and center. But after that, trust me, we always end up alone in the house. And sometimes that is a good thing for us because it's time to rewind. It's time to like take a rest. But then again, the rest extends to more time that you didn't want to, and then that becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem, especially if you get used to it. So I feel like if ukienda kwa nyumba ya mtu, I'm not saying that those people who have so many dollies in the house are lonely, but they kind of like bring that feeling, kuna mtu nimekata
guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. But tell me something. Long distance relationships. Man, I don't know how that works, but I don't know if I will survive.
Well, I was living with my husband at some point, but when he left the county and went to another county, I was so devastated and stuff. And so now when I started living alone with my children, and my sister wasn't even there all the time, my husband wasn't there, so I was the one who's taking care of the kids. I started getting used to, the freedom that comes with it. It's not only that you're going to go to other men or, certain time ya sherehe and all that. But even the long distance relationship also comes with some freedom. Because the moment umeshinda mtu like for so long, you get used to this person being around. Mnaanza kukaziana. Yaani unapata tu. Yeah, we're not talking to each other because stories zimeisha. Si ati tunachukiana. But unapata even these phones are one thing that inakilingi hiyo vibe. Like tumekaa na wewe for so long. Tumeongea stories zote is like how's your day? How's the studio doing? How are the kids? But ukitafuta story hakuna.
Yeah, I get that.
You see? So even in marriage you can actually get lonely. So a long distance relationship usikue ati na shaka because ati you are wondering ati bwanako anafanya nini. One thing loneliness inaletaga ni kufikiria vitu kama hizo. You're like they are wondering why is he not picking my calls? Let me tell you, give yourself at least 40% kwa roho. Like in case of anything, you are not going to get broken. You're going to get shattered.
I think I give 10%.
You give 10%? Oh, that's too little. Love yourself, Dada. Love yourself.
No, I said 10% giveaway.
Oh, giveaway. Oh, 90 is yours. Awesome.
Thank you.
Love yourself. I love that.
Definitely.
So honestly, you can actually be lonely in marriage. You're living with somebody hakuongeleshi, anaingia tu kazi tu ni laptop or whatever. You feel lonely because sometimes you do have these issues you want to share with your spouse, but they're too busy for you or they're too tired for you. Kama umeongelesha mtu amelala, umeongelesha umemwambia nini zako, feelings zako, you're pouring out and then unabanda roho hivi. Because they're tired. Yeah, exactly.
I do get that. But I think marriage calls for endurance.
Yeah, it calls for endurance, but it shouldn't be something that should make you suffer, If you feel that you're lonely in your marriage, I feel that the best thing you can do is to communicate to your partner. Tell your partner, I feel like this environment yenye tunaishi inatufanya tukose story. Why don't we like do an outing leo badala kula chakula kwa nyumba leo? Let us go for dinner. Let us go for an outing. Let us socialize with other people, you know.
Spicing
exactly.
up.
One thing that also helps in loneliness in marriage is pets. I'm telling you, if you are a lover of pets and you have your cat there, you cannot converse with your cat, but an animal like a cat brings positive energy, but there are people who don't love cats.
I am those people.
I love the
am
felines.
those some people.
The felines are my friends. The only thing that I don't like about them is pooping in the house. They're like,
no, I hate the fur.
Cutely fire.
Yes, I hate the fur.
I can handle the fur, but the poop, you're like they're having this cute little thing like cuddled up and you know purring and you know, and then kuna kile kismell hata huwezi tell kwenye kikoi.
I get that.
Yeah, but for me, I do love felines. I do love dogs. I have both pets, so they kind of like help deal with the loneliness. But the best thing to do is change the environment. If you feel that with your partner and you feel that I'm lonely in this, talk to them. If they don't change, I mean, girl, look for another company. Ama wewe utafute company ingine huko nje. You can even invite your friends over. Yeah.
I think it got to a time I was so lonely, I started actually praying for friends.
Oh wow.
And then when I did pray for friends, I got the friends, like a bunch of friends. But I don't even fancy hanging out a lot. I still do fancy in my house, listening to music and cooking and reading books.
Yeah.
Literally, till date.
Ni wale wasoma form, uko aje? You know, like when you get friends, ni sawa forms and all that, but kuna age inafika, especially at my age, me hata kwenda club all the time, me mefika tu ile time, I'm too old for that, man. Wewe unaitwa tu outing. Sometimes you even get happy when a date is cancelled. Because ile za, hey Eva, I'm so sorry, we have to cancel the date. You're like, okay, I feel so bad.
Or you even or you even become busy. You're like, what are you doing today? I have a meeting, and then you're wearing your pajamas to get into bed.
Exactly.
And you turn off your phone, and that's it.
Exactly, because sometimes you could be with your friends, but they're making you feel lonely. Menda club when you're dancing, but unafeel hapa hakuna vibe.
When do that will?
Exactly. Yeah, I know you get that. So before you get a friend, I totally get you. You are praying for a friend.
I was, but I think I got them. I got enough friends actually. And I think we hang out when we should.
Okay.
We hang out when it's necessary, you know, and I love that. I love the fact that I'm able to hang out with them when I can, when they also can. And there's no bad blood. Like there's no, unajua ile mvutano ya marafiki history. We have to follow each other every weekend. We have to go where. I think I have nice friends because we catch up and hang out when we can.
Okay, for me, I feel that my circle of friends is really small because I can't just hang out with anyone. Ukiona nime chill na wewe, I've called you and I've come to your place. Maybe because I'm visiting people's places, I am not able.
My neighbor knows better. my neighbor knows literally. Do you know I haven't been to my neighbors? I've lived in places and I've never gone to my neighbor's house. Not even for kiberiti, not for sipendi kuzoeana na watu, you get that. So man, I thought it was a disease. I thought I was wrong. But then again, I realized that this is adulting and it's peaceful.
Manze.
Whatever you can do for your peace, do it for your peace. If loneliness keeps your peace, be lonely. And have fun in it, you know?
Exactly.
Stay in the house. Ruka kwa kitanda.
Yeah. Hata mimi kwenye nafanya job, like, cause I'm a high school teacher. So, your village, like, nikipitia hapo, I don't really, like, go saying hi. Hey, nakuya what? So, guys, wananionaga mimi ni maringo. Kale kama mwalimu kana maringo. You know, because people out there expect you to, you know, talk to them all the time, but it doesn't mean that because you don't talk to people that you are lonely. You could be alone and enjoying your own company. But now, let's look deep into now loneliness. The loneliness that hurts, the one that makes you shed tears because you feel that you are lesser than you really are, because probably you feel that people are avoiding you because of certain issues, but still there are those issues that can actually lead to you being lonely. things that you do, your behaviors can actually lead to loneliness. Because kama for example, unakwaga wale wase mkienda out when unaanzisha
vita vurugu,
people are going to avoid you.
Nikienda form tunakuacha. In fact I'll be like, by the way, kama naenda na nani siendi,
si ndio? Ama stories zako tu zina revolve to just around you, manze. You come to chill with people, with someone, but the story from A to Z, from this hour to this hour, it's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. Man, the guys are going to avoid you.
Yeah.
So I feel that even the conversations you initiate with people can make people avoid you, and that could lead to loneliness. So also watch out what you're telling friends. It's good to know the characters of the people you're dealing with, so that you know what to initiate and those which you're not supposed to initiate. Yeah.
Plus, if you're having friends or trying to be a friendly person, if you're trying to avoid being lonely, which I totally like being lonely, it's way less chaotic.
There's a difference between being alone and loneliness. Being lonely, lonely is not a good feeling per se. You could be alone but not lonely.
Yeah.
Lonely is deep. It's a feeling. It's a mental health issue. It could affect your mental health. The fact that you seated somewhere and you're like, nitaongea na nani? Oh my goodness, I just feel like talking to someone. You can even unaanza kujiongelesha, but doesn't mean that when you talk to yourself you're lonely. But sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I need to talk to somebody who's gonna talk to me, and the person you could talk to is not available. Some will even do stuff like even masturbating. Yes, loneliness can actually inaweza kufanya ufanye behaviors zingine kama.
But that is being single.
Oh, trust me, even married people masturbate a lot. But
that is new. That is new.
Oh my
that
goodness!
Is new.
Let me ask you something.
That is new.
Let me ask you something, Fabi. Kwani, what do you think marriage is all about?
Well, I probably thought it's Disneyland.
Oh my goodness!
Happy ever after, but I'm kidding. I know marriage is chaos.
Oh my God! You think you're
marriage is chaos, but the last thing I expect is them masturbating. Man, you married each other for that thing.
Oh my God! That only happens. You see that romantic stage that's sparking. That's the first 3 months. You see that baby.
No, please don't discourage
I'm
me like
I'm
that.
not discouraging you, but I'm just telling you, unless you keep the fire burning, that's okay. Sasa una expecting bwanako aingia kitoka job na toa time. Oh baby, it's time.
Actually expecting to start at the door.
Oh my God.
Be like, hey baby. And then be like, I brought you goodies.
Oh my God. And
or maybe I'm coming after work and I open the door. Oh my God, it's naked.
You want to take a shower with me? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that there are no husbands are give. Okay, well, please don't put this on me.
For me, I'm looking for a husband who's like that. Then you have to be active. Maybe.
I'm not. No, why are you putting this on me? I said please don't quote me. Simon.
No, okay.
Yeah, Simon is looking at me like, hey,
she masturbate.
Okay, but let me tell you something for a fact. Even married people masturbate, and people will literally masturbate when they're just next to their spouses.
Man, that is new. But my husband, if you're out there,
well, let me tell you something. If there's one thing you should pray for in a husband,
it's an active husband.
Yes.
Sexually active.
Yes. Let me tell you, if you don't.
But then again, that is how they get us.
I know, I know how that. Sorry, don't call me. Pigmentation comes through. Yeah, I know. You find that some women unapata huyu mtu amekaa kwa marriage fulani so toxic lakini hatoki, and you're like,
that person is stigmatized.
This one is somebody who is dealing with a narcissist but making her feel lonely, but she doesn't want to leave because anakumkaga pale kwa kitanda. Man, this guy ananipeleka
sarakasi. You don't want to live for that.
Yeah, so when you're praying for a good husband, pray for someone who will satisfy you in all, emotionally, sexually, financially. Don't just pray for I want a tall, dark, and handsome guy.
Which is exactly my idea.
It is your idea.
Should be tall, dark, and handsome, man. After that, I don't know.
What? Yeah, like I can see Simon Rockefeller telling you're not dark. When
dark,
yellow.
Exactly.
When
the problem is dark. We cannot be like that. But I do love dark.
Black has power, yeah?
Man, it feels like gold. I wouldn't
These yellow
even
guys
date
look
a
vulnerable.
yellow guy.
They look vulnerable, eh?
Not weak.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn.
I have no offense.
Oh, did you
my
say
God.
that on camera? No,
Yeah,
no. Okay, a man is still a man.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own preference. Everybody has their own preference, and we didn't say that watu wale yellow wanakuwa vulnerable per se
or anything. We didn't say. In fact, we were not here when it was said.
we don't even see in the camera. We are blind. We
Yeah.
don't even see it. But anyway, I'm saying that married people do masturbate, and your spouse can actually make you feel lonely. And what you think marriage is all about, that kila time mtakuwa tu mnadishiana, ama like we see in the movie. Sometimes it gets to a point.
Your wife wearing a lingerie when you're coming home.
Yeah.
Having cooked a nice dinner, you know.
Those are things you could do to spice up your marriage. But there are factors that now affect that kind of lifestyle. You cannot be doing that every day, because now when the children come in, when the business come in, now the finances inaanza kuingia. So you find that your brain or your minds are occupied by other things. So unapata hizi vitu zinakuwa lesser and lesser. So what I would advise married people is that, well, that spark that was there isiishe kabisa. As much as vitu zinakuja zikiingia, try to maintain it once in a while. Shtua bwanako. Alafu venye hata unavaa kwa nyumba. Man, bwanako ameingia kwa nyumba, but he's lonely because anaangalia tu Facebook and Instagram kuangalia the booty site. Because wewe umevaa sengenge ni ng'ombe. Huh?
But then again, let me ask you a simple question. Do you wear stilettos or a tight dress and a short one to wash utensils?
To wear what?
Like a short dress or anything sexy just to do your house chores.
Yes, but okay, you see where now the cladding now changes, because sometimes now, like for example me, my son is 8 years old, he's growing up, I cannot be there like wearing lingerie and just even how I dress around my kids, but when they are not there, well, that one is a
where is that trench coat?
Yeah, but now when my kids are there, it kind of like me, I'm talking about my own experience, yeah? It's not like nikiwa kwa nyumba I don't dress up nicely, You could be looking nice in the house, beautiful, but not really exposed, especially when the kids are there, But when the kids are not there, my friend, it's just me and, my spouse. Yeah, so you just walk around freely. So even the children, when they come in and when they start growing up, you start feeling like, nikiva hivi, and your son is seeing you like that, kind of feel uncomfortable. But mothers are different, isn't it? It all depends on chenye unazoesha mtoto wako. Yeah, so let's talk about
no, before that, I need you to understand why your parents used to send you to your grandmother.
Yeah, kimbia kwa shosho.
Now you do understand why, just had married people.
Yeah.
What I said.
Yeah, it's not like a world of fantasy and Cinderella and the prince and anakuja kuvalisha shoe and all that. That's all in the movies. It kind of like changes, but it's up to you now to know, especially as a woman. As a woman, it's up to you to know how to, because these men, it's good to kuwavuta. It's very, very easy to make a man love you, depending on how you are treating him. Men perceive respect as love. Okay, respect bwanako, ataperceive kama love. And that's why even in the Bible, men are commanded by God to love their wives, because it's easy for a man to lose their love towards a woman, but when a woman shows a man respect, na anachukua hiyo kama love. So the only thing you have to do as a woman is just to respect your man. He'll give you everything.
I think there's a difference between millennials and Gen Zs. Trust me, nothing can keep a Gen Z man, but let's not talk about that right now.
Well, yeah, millennials and Gen Zs. I don't know what's going to happen to marriage in your generation.
You can do whatever it is. You can show that man respect, but that man will leave you in tatters. Let's not even talk about it.
But I totally get it, because there's so many factors that have come nowadays, especially the social media. Guys have access to women. Alafu pia unajua women pia wamekuwa wengi sana. So imefika tu zile end of times. I'm really just with this. So there's this part ya Bible inasemaga like itafika mahali mwanaume mmoja atakuwa na wanawake 7.
And someone told me that there are 4 billion men in this world and I'm only looking for one. So I should be patient. And I'm like, how many women are there?
I'm telling you, women are many. And nowadays, even women don't mind being second wives. They don't care about goat wives. But the goat wives no one naumia. Mimi hata siku hizi nilikuwa naona ni kama heri hata kuwa side chick, because sasa goat wife ni ana le foundation kila kitu, ni anateseka.
And then the side chick ni anakula matunda,
anapata kila kitu. But then don't forget, in the long run, it's all about how you age. Because now as a side chick, hautakuwa pale, mwenye atakuwa anaonekana kama queen ni main wife, okay? So you find that good wives wanapataga benefits wakizeeka, wakifika huko kuzeeka, most of them, especially if you're dealing with a man who has a side chick.
So now you're asking me to sacrifice me being young and having fun when I'm young for being old.
No, I'm saying you just have to do stuff to spice up your marriage in a way that your husband will not even think about a side chick. So check what you tell your man. Ukuja ambia mwanaume wako ati, yo, are you man enough? When you mean unataka kumtusi, you know?
I think you have to be good enough to impress your man.
Yeah.
That means not just being a good person in bed or a good person street doing this. You also have to be a sensible person, a person with brains.
Yes, exactly.
A man will not leave someone they think will make them rich.
Yes, exactly. And also
mindset, mentality, nurturing not just them physically, but nurturing them mentally, nurturing them in a way that it exceeds what you would offer. You know, lately I think as women, we just think what we can offer is like our bodies, you know. But I think that is so old school. I think we should be more and do more.
Yeah, and even in terms of loneliness and having brains, you know, nowadays women are so empowered. You find that some women are very intelligent, more intelligent than the man, even the decisions that they're making. So find that men are also fearing to marry these like highly intelligent people because they feel that they'll get intimidated. But if you know you are a high IQ woman, you're learned, at least it's good to humble yourself sometimes, you know, because the ego of a man is very, very important. And of course, mtu akikuangalia hivi Fabi, you know, you're intelligent, you're beautiful, and anakuangalia tu unasema ayu lazima haizi kosa mtu, you know, so ana feel intimidated, you know. But when you go to your house, you still deal with loneliness. But mtu ako na pesa kila kitu lakini ako lonely. So we have to look out for those signs, and you know, just, you know, loneliness is not a good feeling.
And again, as I always say, as they're teaching women to be empowered, as you're teaching the girl child to be empowered, also try to teach the boy child how to deal with an empowered girl, to deal with an empowered woman.
Yes.
That will make things way easier.
Exactly. Because, for example, umefall in love na dem, manzi anakuambia najua hii, unapatana na dem ni empowered kukuliko, you'll feel intimidated at some point, but it doesn't mean that you should leave them. If you feel that she's intimidating you or she makes you feel intimidated, it's good to have a conversation. Communication. Please communicate in your relationships. It's very, very important. And communicate in a way that's mature, okay? Not the way that you're going to fight. Okay? So now loneliness now. We're still on loneliness.
Yeah, we're still on
loneliness. So what other sign would you know, unatizia mtu wenye ako lonely? Even physically. Ukiangalia mtu physically, mtu ako lonely, they'll even start developing acne, because you know loneliness comes a lot of thinking, and now that a lot of thinking comes a lot of using drugs. You know that drinking a lot of alcohol, smoking probably marijuana all the time. You just want to drink, smoke marijuana. So it also comes with some consequences, you know. So loneliness is, I've said masturbation can lead to masturbation, you know, because you're trying to relieve that stress from you, and you're trying to relieve it through your sexual needs. You know, sometimes you know how ovulation comes through, so you want to relieve it.
And it's good to tell men that when you're ovulating is the worst time of your life. You think you left your wife at home, mama, your girlfriend at home, and they're ovulating, my friend. They're going through hardships.
Hey! People don't like talking about this, but I am telling you, kama uko hapo and your ovulation takes you vibaya, because literally this is when the egg is there. This is when the day when God created unafaa kupata mtoto. Kwa hivyo ali make sure that time you will just think about nothing. Utakuwa unaona hadi watchman anakaa vizuri.
Hadi ule chokora zurura hapo chini. You just see he's a man.
Yeah,
you realize
imagine.
You've never seen he's a man, but today you see he's a man.
Akaoga vizuri.
Alafu a light skin mwenye unasema he's a man.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive stage in a woman's life. And it's good to notice that the more a woman is moving away from that stage, the more she will lose her sexual urge. So unapata saa zingine bibi yako all over you, you know. She wants to get down, you know.
She wants to get
she wants to get down. But at some point unafika the next day unapata hataki. So there are those, I think there are 5 days. No, there are like 4 days to ovulation, the day of ovulation, and 3 days after. So a week utapata a woman is very, very excited. But your 14th day, ooh, guys, Jesus.
She means what she's saying.
I know exactly. I totally mean, because I know there's so many women out there, there's so many men out there who don't know how sensitive ovulation is, and you can easily conceive, by the way. That one, inasemekana, that's when you conceive a boy. That day of ovulation,
nice.
Because the Y chromosome is fast. It's weak, but it's fast. So it normally looks for like conducive environment, you know. But for a girl, it's slow, but it's strong. So the more you're moving away from ovulation, the more your X chromosome in a maneuver through, you know, those hardships.
You know you're being a teacher, right?
Yeah, I'm being actually a teacher, but I'm trying to explain it biologically so that people get to know. Yeah, if you want to conceive a boy, but they try during ovulation time. Use floor calendar, you know, the calendar that, you know.
For those of us who are avoiding to get pregnant, please avoid that week.
Avoid that week, exactly. So, I was talking about masturbation and drug abuse. So, if I mtu anakunywa pombe sana, so loneliness can also lead to. I don't think there's anything positive about loneliness.
It actually makes you make all the worst decisions in this world. You find yourself actually vibing with people you wouldn't vibe with on certain circumstances, or talking to people you busy why. But then again, you just get yourself in a lot of trouble. And I don't know how we could avoid loneliness, but I think going out more.
I do have a few points I had written here where you could like avoid like a hobby. You know, you can do a hobby that you like. For example, you like playing badminton. Up at YMCA, they normally have those classes you can enroll. You can do exercises like going to the gym. Even the gym normally takes away loneliness. You tend to exercise, and then by the time you're home, uta shower, and then you just sleep. You know. So exercise too.
Yeah, you can try hobbies like crocheting. That is what I do mostly. Crocheting. You can try painting. You can try reading books. There's a lot of things you could try as hobbies.
Yeah, exactly. Even self-care. I mean, your day summer, instead of staying in the house, I can spare this tattoo ama mbili and go to the spa and, you know, do something, make my nails, meet new people, you know. And of course, you can. I also talked about having a pet. A pet can also help to help with kill the loneliness. Also counseling and therapy. You can still have therapy sessions with your counselor. Unabonga every moment you unaingia place kuna counselor. And you start talking. Ushaingia kwa counseling room?
I have.
You have, eh? So you know how they make you feel that you're the only one in their world. Like these guys are so professional. But then speaking of
you
counseling,
could literally fall in love.
Exactly. Speaking of counseling, pale hivi opposite, just opposite pale hivi wa Mbogo Farm. Hapo tu opposite kuna kwagana Outspan. There's a branch of Outspan that helps people with mental health. Not to Ajay visit.
I don't remember the name, but I do know the place.
Yeah, I will put up the posters. I can't remember the name specifically, but I will put a poster there, Cindy. And and you guys, maybe if you need counseling in case of mental health, in case of marriage counseling, and it's also a rehabilitation center, so you can visit them right there. I'm going to put the contact and the poster there so that you guys go visit. It's a very beautiful place. Oh my goodness, you don't know what you guys are missing out on. Yeah.
Well, you've heard from her, but the counseling is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why people stigmatize on it, you know, the shrink thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why people do that, but trust me, counseling is the best thing you could do. Doesn't have to be, you know, some people prefer not to be in an enclosed space, feeling like they're the victim. I feel like sometimes being in facilities makes people feel like they're the victim.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would recommend you find a counselor or psychologist or whoever it will be that could help you.
Yes.
And someone you can rapport with, you know. Also, rapport makes a lot of sense when you're trying to work through things. So yeah, being lonely is not a sin, by the way.
And before we even close, another thing that also brings loneliness is social media use. Like, una scroll through Instagram and then unapata na beshte wako wa high school mwenye mlikuwa mnasoma na yeye amepost ako Dubai. Let me tell you something, if there's anything that lies in social media, is hizo photos watu wanapost. Nobody will ever post a bad photo of themselves.
The fact that I do relate, I have friends who we've been to high school together, and now, right now I go to Instagram and I'm like, okay, this girl is in Dubai. Okay, this girl is driving. I don't even know how to drive, you know? Like, it gives you a lot of pressure. It doesn't necessarily give me pressure because I don't even like driving or anything. But I could understand the kind of pressure that it gives some people. Again, social media is in there are people who only associate by their phones. Like they are very good keyboard warriors. But when you meet with them in person, man, they have nothing to offer. They have nothing to say to you. And that is affecting our generation in a lot of ways.
Exactly. If you feel that loneliness is taking the best part of you, try just put the phone away. Try taking, listen to some music or something. Because the moment you get social media and you find that people are progressing more than you and you're in the same stage, same age group, you'll get lonely because you start thinking, Kwani, what's wrong with me?
What's wrong with me?
Yes, so I'm feeling that you should also acknowledge your feelings. Say that, okay, I know I'm a lonely person, so what should I do about this? First of all, accept that you are lonely. All these things cannot come if you don't accept that you are lonely, and you need to take care of that. So I feel that we've had a great conversation today.
We've not exhausted everything. You probably have more you think we should have talked about. Maybe you should comment down the video, and maybe next time we can tackle it. I think with all that, we're done with the show, right?
Being our first show, it felt relieving, and I hope that it has helped you, our audience. Whether you're driving home, whether you're listening to us on your phone, wherever you're watching us from, please share this link. Make sure that you subscribe and watch other videos, because we have amazing videos on this channel. We'll be bringing this show when? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every evening, so that at least, guys, we help you ease the calm in the chaos. You have chaos, rush hours and stuff. We want to take that away, and we want to bring you the best tranquility ever. So I've been your hostess.
And I've been your host, Fabi Kimodo.
Exactly.
Again, next time.
We'll meet next time. Subscribe,
Bye.
and share. Bye. Napenda.
Bye.